for testing purposes. Are we all clear on that? In clinical, you do it like, remember I did it in class and it was much more thorough, each side, more slow, right? We're talking about trying to organize this for a test that I know you guys are very time limited on. So that's why I'm doing it like this and recommending that, okay? But for clinical, obviously, you do exactly what you're saying, go one joint at a time, and especially when you're talking about someone having pain, right, and you're evaluating for a chief complaint-oriented type visit, you have to be slow and do it right? But this is a little bit, this is for speed, so we know as a general survey that you're hitting all those areas. So that's how I would do it. And go that quickly. Yeah.
Is this going to be 15 minutes again?
This is going to be 20 minutes, and they have musculoskeletal, neuro, and mini mental status. A couple questions, I guess, are all said for that.
So 20 minutes this time.
20 minutes. Okay? So that's the inspection palpation for the entire body. That's how I would do that. Okay? Then I would have her stand up. Okay? Now, remember, what do you have left? Range of motion, muscle strength. All right? So what I would do, again, for testing purposes, let's have you push over here, stand right there. So we're going to start at, again, I like getting the spine on the way, right? So let's start, I want you to mimic me back, down, to one side, to the other side. Great. Cervical spine range of motion is good. Now I'm going to test the rest of your spine. I want you to reach over, touch your toes, come back up. Flexion extension is good. You have to support the hips for the last two. Twist to your left. Your left. Twist to your right. Good. You can actually separate your legs a little. If you separate their legs a little and have well balanced, now twist to the left. Twist, okay. Twist to your right. Okay. Now I want you to lateral bend. Do you remember how to do that when I went over that in class? Okay. So the lateral bending, you stabilize their hips, and you just have them reach for the floor. Just reach for the floor. That's all lateral. Okay. So go ahead and lateral bend to the left. Good. To the right. And obviously you guys can move through this pretty quick because once you're practicing, you all know you can say lateral bend to the left, and you know what that is. So that'll be a little bit speed for you to okay, so that's range of motion for the entire spine. You're done with range of motion. Come up top here to the, now I would start the shoulders with range of motion, and just follow me and do what I do, okay? Go up, go back, good. Bilateral behind, bilateral behind. Normally, like I said in class, you would do those one at a time, but for speed purposes, again, we'll allow it there. Come across, shoulder range of motion, done. Do the strength testing, up, press down, good. Press up, hard. She's 505 strength for the shoulders bilaterally. Now from here on, you should be able to just look and work your way down, okay? So now you're going to go to the biceps. That is one of the things that's added, okay? Remember how I did the bicep, tricep strength in front of you guys in class? That's one thing that I think as a general survey is important. So now we're going to test the strength for that, okay? You grab the hand, put your hand over here, pull up as hard as you can. Hard, good. Let me see this one. Pull as hard as you can, excellent. Put your hands out. Normally, like for test purposes, I think this is a better way to do tricep strength. Go ahead and push down, hard, hard, hard. Good, 5/5 strength for the biceps and triceps. Now we're going to do range of motion, elbows. So go ahead and put your hands out like this. Good. Flex, down, supinate, pronate. Good. Elbows done. Range of motion's good. Put them back out. Let's do the wrist. Up, down, side, side. Range of motion for the wrist, done. Let's do the hands. Throw them real slow. Make a fist. Back up real slow. Excellent. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumb across, good. Touch your fingers, good. Go ahead, you can touch, it's okay. Lock them at your pinky, good. Pull, pull, good. So your range of motion for all that is good. For your strength testing, one other thing you have to do is bilateral grip. Squeeze real hard. And one other thing I just remember for the hands, just make sure you do this. Good, because it's on your paper for abduction, adduction for the fingers. It's listed on there. So just make sure you do that as well. So now you got your strength testing done for pretty much the entire upper extremity. Going to the hips for range of motion, I would hold one hand, I think is better for this for you guys, just for balance purposes. Just mimic me. I want to see flexion. Good. Extension. Good. Other side. Flexion. Extension. Good. Now you're going to mimic me out to the side and down. Good. Out to the side and down. Good. So active range of motion for the hips looks pretty good. After that, now I would have them sit. I think this is one of those flow things. Have them sit here, and now you're going to check for the range of motion for the knees, and we're only checking for flexion extension, but make sure you put your hand over for crepitus. Go ahead and extend out, and back down. Good, back, down. So range of motion seems normal for the knees, but I don't feel any crepitus. At this point, this is a place where I come back up, and I would check the strength now for the flexion of the hips. Press up, hard, good. Press up, hard, 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 excellent. Come back down here, and now you're going to check the strength here. Hard against me. Good. This side. Hard, hard, hard. Good. Perfect. So now her range of motion for flexion is done, her range of motion for extension is done. Go ahead and lie down on your stomach. Now you're going to check for flexion of the hip. Press up against my hand. Lift, lift, lift. Good. Press up against my hand. Lift, lift, lift. Excellent. Now bend there. This again will be done one at a time, but for testing purposes. Bend both your knees up. Pull as hard as you can against my. Excellent. Pull, 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 pull. Good. So that would be 5 over 5. So now you got all your strength testing for the hips and for the extension and flexion of the knee. Go ahead and you can flip back over and line your back. Now the only thing you got left, ankles and feet. For range of motion, I talked to PA Foreman. We decided that for the strength testing, for the plantar flexion and dorsiflexion, that will count as part of the range of motion testing for the ankles. Does that make sense? Okay. So press down hard, 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 hard. What about this one? What about this one? 5 over 5. There we go. Pull up against you. Toes in. There we go. Pull, pull, pull. Excellent. So now we did flexion and extension because we did the strength and testing at the same time. Okay. With your ankles, I want you to do this. Make circles. No, you just keep on. Make circles. Good. Go the opposite way. Good. Perfect. And that pretty much concludes everything for the muscle strength testing. So you're all done. So that's the exam. But if you do that flow and you rehearse that, I think you can get this done pretty quick that way. Okay? Any questions?